And we're underway once again in the CD9029 Big Room. So excited to be joined by Mobley today. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Go ahead and take it away.
Thank you.
Yes, wow. My word. Mobley here in the CD9029 big room ahead of the show tonight at the A&R Music Bar with our Kells. Just as a favor to everybody listening along at home who can't see the stage right now, usually these big rooms are like a guy and a guitar. That is not the case today.
Well, I have a guitar too.
And you are a guy, but
That's
you are
true.
a
Both
band.
of those are true.
That's true. There's a little bit more up here on the stage. I kind of want to walk it through. Is this what we can expect at the show tonight too?
Yeah, I guess for people who can't see, I'm on stage with a drum kit and an MPD and a keyboard and guitar and microphones and lights and video and whole production.
Got to mention the light show as well. That's so cool. Everything is looking amazing. Can't wait again to see it tonight at the A&R Music Bar alongside our Kells. Tickets still available for that. Good to have you back in Columbus. Last time that we got to speak, it was at Wonderbus Music and Arts Festival.
Yeah.
And a lot has changed since then. Some new music on the horizon, and I want to talk about that in a second, but we shouldn't go too much further without congratulating you on perhaps one of the biggest things to happen recently, which is that you're now a father. Give it up for
that's true.
that.
Thank you very much. To be fair, I didn't do very much. It was mostly her.
Oh, sure. How has it been? Your journey so far as a new parent?
It's been incredible. It's I think throughout my life, I think something everybody experiences is people who have experienced something before you tell you how it's going to be. Like the first one I remember is in second grade. They were like, "You're gonna have to learn cursive next year," and like the third graders were like, "Oh, it's so hard," and and it wasn't that hard. And that's kind of been my experience of like big things that are supposed to be these landmark moments in your life. And it's been like, okay, yeah, that was fine, yeah. But this one definitely way more than lived. If anything, people undersold how monumental it was. So yeah, it's been life-changing in every imaginable way.
God, that's so cool. We're so happy for you, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And I saw a picture of the two of you sitting on your shoulders and doing a little bit of sound engineering, starting them off on the right foot.
Yeah, he actually has a writing credit on my next record.
That's so cool.
I was working on like the intro, which is this instrumental, and I had an arpeggiator on my keyboard. He put his hand down on the keyboard, and the chord was perfect, and it was something I never would have thought of.
Wow.
And so yeah. He's got a writing credit already.
That's so amazing. Yeah. You don't hear that too often. We're really looking forward to the new music. Again, Mobley joining us in the CD9029 big room today. Can we hear another song?
Yeah, so for this next song, I need 4 volunteers. This isn't kindergarten, just come up, I don't care. So for people who are listening, I'm handing each of them a piece of copper tubing that's connected to a wire. That's connected to a box that I built. So hold that in one hand, your other hand, hold it up toward me. So now I'm touching their hands and it's triggering sounds. I don't know, the people in the room don't seem as impressed at that as they should be. Have y'all seen this before? Is this something they do at every show now? It's okay to be surprised and impressed. Like awe and wonder are important for your life. They help you grow.
Torches for the light. They only think we're all just too uptight. Everybody knows they got the right. Cold passions roaming your factions, no taste for facts. The old days are back, they're not long gone wherever they go. Just a
Mobley in the CD92.9 Big Room. Now, we've been doing this Big Room thing for like a little over 30 years, and I can be 1,000% sure that is the first time that's ever happened. That is so cool.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. If you're just joining us so far in the show, that last song, you heard a lot of instruments that were played by people. Well, played by you via...
On people, yeah.
On people, yeah. Through their electrical current. Last time that we talked to one of us, it was like something in the hundreds and hundreds of hours of work that you do to make a song ready for the stage.
Yeah.
How long was spent just on that? That's got to be a lot.
Oh, man. I have no idea. Really, this is the third version of this. The first version was like just a bare chip with like wires coming out of it. And then the second version looked way too much like a bomb, which I learned when I tried to fly with it.
Oh, no.
And then this version still kind of looks like a bomb, but not as much. And I put lots of labels and stuff on it to make it look more like a musical instrument. That's but yeah, hundreds of hours for sure.
Okay, I was going to say the label is really doing some heavy lifting. Well, hey, I don't want to spoil too much about the show, but get up towards the front row. You might just find yourself an instrument.
Yeah.
In the whole evening. That's so cool. If you want to find some more new sounds from Mobley, I loved how you described this on Instagram, and I'd love to see exactly what you mean by it. In an age where there's a lot of minimalistic music, you posted on Instagram and said, "You guys ready for some maximalism?" I love that as a descriptor.
Yeah, I would definitely say that a lot of the new music, to include the song I'm about to play, is pretty maximalist. On the last song I played, Stay Volk, and this next song, Theme Song, I knew that I wanted to have there to be this retro element to them while also having a kind of a modern production sound. So for both of those songs, I actually wrote another song first. Like each of them were kind of these like 60s, 70s inspired songs. And then I took those songs and chopped them up and kind of blew them apart and then reassembled the pieces of those for the new songs, so to kind of sample myself. So there's a whole lot going on in a lot of the new music.
God, it's so thrilling, not only sonically, but also kind of thematically from what we get so far. Again, in this song that we're about to hear called Theme Song, and I typed a first draft of these questions, and then I laughed at myself for what a silly question it would have been to ask if you were going to use your art to inspire like societal change through action in some way. Like, of course, the answer is yes. But listening through to Theme Song, from what I can interpret in the lyrics, and you can let me know if I'm wrong, you've never shied away from critique of power. This one kind of tears into wealth in a little bit and kind of questions, not only the wealth itself, but where it comes from. First, am I correct in that interpretation? And is that what we can expect you to tackle on the record?
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely not wrong. The record is kind of a concept record. It's an introduction to a larger story that I'll be telling on an album that I'll put out next year. This song is kind of introducing you to the protagonist of the story and kind of exploring some of the things that are happening to make him question the systems of power that order his life and drive him to do some of the things that he does that kind of gets the story going. I mean, it's manifestly clear and obvious that inequity, inequality are a massive problem in our society and the world broadly. And so I won't talk about what anybody else should or shouldn't do, but I would find it very difficult to have a microphone put in front of me and an opportunity to put ideas in people's heads and not at least mention the fact that there are people who need better from the rest of us. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Inspired by that, as always. And it's not just when you're in front of a microphone as well. I don't think we got to talk about this last time. I heard in an interview that you did down in Texas that you're working on the ground, kind of organizing like labor movements in Austin. Is that true? Can you tell us about this?
Yeah, I'm working in labor organizing among musicians and music industry workers. The music industry is a notoriously exploitative industry. And just by the nature of the kind of competition framing that I think a lot of us, and the zero sum idea that we have, that well, if you're getting something, I'm losing something. There's a lot of musicians are very atomized, and I don't think we realize enough how much we have in common with each other, and how much we could all be doing better if we organized to demand things from the people who are exploiting our art to make, in the case of some companies, billions and billions of dollars. So yeah, in terms of what I'm doing in Austin, I'm working on the ground on some music labor organizing to try to improve the situation for people playing live in the city. Austin calls itself the live music capital of the world, so trying to make the city kind of live up to that moniker.
Yeah, gosh, again, inspiring work and inspiring music to go along with it. Looking forward to hearing the new single Theme Song in just a second. One last thing before we do a quick lightning round, some this or that questions here at the end, if you're ready.
Yep, I'm ready.
Question number 1, favorite pizza topping?
Cheese?
Fair enough. These are mostly food related. Cheetos, regular, flamin' hot, or neither?
Neither.
If you had to fight one of these two cereal mascots, which one would you choose? Would you fight Count Chocula or Captain Crunch?
Is Count Chocula immortal?
In this hypothetical, you could knock him out and get away with it.
away.
Yeah.
Then probably him.
Okay.
Because Captain Crunch, you never see them, but if he's the captain, he has a crew, right?
Oh, good point. Yeah.
There must be a Crunch crew somewhere.
Yeah. Hardened from a life at sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good thinking. Anyway, one last question. If you had to rename the Statue of Liberty, what would you name it?
That's a good one. We don't talk about it a lot, but the Statue of Liberty, some people may know this, a lot of people may know this, but the Statue of Liberty was a gift from France to celebrate the abolition of slavery. And it's kind of come to be this more generic symbol of freedom, liberty, TM. I think if I were to rename it, I would probably rename it like the Monument to Abolition or something very specific to point at the fact that, hey, this was a really expensive gift to commemorate this job that we never finished doing, and hopefully kind of use that to rhetorically impel people to think more deeply about questions of racial justice and inequity.
I asked that question to a lot of artists, but I think I might just put a cap on it there. That's probably the perfect answer. Thanks again to Mobley for swinging by the big room. We'll hear one more.
Awesome. Yeah, this song is my new single. It's called Theme Song.
Idolate in the sun, turn half-formed prayers into sounds before your gods wear out. Point your gaze like a gun, half-heard kings with a crown. Don't you wanna burn it down? Your blessed birthright is a devil's dead ring. But from my youngest days, we heard you say won't fade. Oh no, no. Cooler than the coroner, cleaner than the brand new border. Ooh, I tried to warn ya. Who's around the corner? Tell me your truest lie, I'm on a patience. Cause even the bluest sky, you see the arrangement now. So we got to burn it down. Clap your hands, big room. Comparison is embarrassing. Locked at the crack, like a stream of a heroin. The scared of him that is there in a model American bottle of paraffin now. I'm about to burn it down.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you again to Mobley for coming by the CD 99 Big Room.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.